primary ignition.
Hey, I'm actor Chris Bartlett from The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you're watching Virtual Cantina Network.
There we go.
Thanks, Chris. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Ashley, how you doing?
Hi, Skip. I'm good. How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
Still adjusting to this whole change in the time thing. I think Jeff's right there with me. You know, it's like, what time is it? What are we supposed to be doing?
Oh, I know. This week has been like dragging, and it's only Monday.
It's
Hi,
like
Tim. Hi, Mike.
I was sending Jeff a text. I said, "Now, what time are we really on?" You know, trying to. Oh, now go run.
Yeah, that was between my Wi-Fi crapping out and everything on Thursday. I was like running through my house, being like, "Is it working? Is it lit up?" It was such a pain, but yeah, thankfully nothing like that happened this week. So I'm glad I'm off to a good start. How's your weekend been? How was it?
It was pretty good. You know, we had a decent amount of weather. You know, good weather. I mean, it was rainy a little bit Saturday, but then Sunday it cleared up. Had friends in town.
Good.
Went to Wicked Weeds, which is a cool little place in Asheville, on Friday night, and just had a big old time and enjoyed myself and relaxed a little bit on Sunday, and now and then had to make myself go to bed a little early so I could get up on a regular time.
I know. And that was the hard part. Like, hi, Sherry. Waking up on Sunday morning to go to work and just being like, I made myself go to bed at 8 p.m. for this reason, and I'm still tired. Like, honestly, they should just do away with it because we no longer need candlelight to operate past sunset. So that's the only reason it was introduced in the first place.
Well, and what was it? An old Indian saying, only a white man would take a foot off of a blanket and sew it to the top and say that the blanket's longer. You know, it's like, you know, the days are what the days are going to be. We have X amount of sunlight. Either get up a little bit earlier, get up later, whatever works for you, and you'll still have the same sunlight. And then we don't have a week of going, what time is it? What time is it?
Well, if it was this time, it would be really this time. And
yeah, you do that for about a week, and then finally you fall into, okay, it's 7 o'clock, not 6 or whatever it was supposed to be.
That is one of the things that I miss about living in the Midwest. Like, the sun would set, and when it was high summer, it'd be getting dark at 9:45. So
Yeah.
that was like my favorite thing about it. And
I live in the western side of the Eastern time zone. So yeah, it's the 9:30, 9:45. It's getting dark here in Asheville because you only have to drive just a little bit farther, and then boom, you're out into the next time zone.
Yeah.
So it makes it feel a little bit longer here.
Yeah. You guys got to watch the Oscars last night, right?
I had a blast.
Yeah, it was probably the most fun I've seen the Oscars be in a little bit of a while. So, what was your favorite part? There's a lot. Happening.
You know, I had a big giggle at the whole John Cena thing. You know, the man's legs are larger than they should be allowed to be. I mean, he almost looks. He's intensely in shape, but his body is kind of like, his legs are just too big. You know.
Yeah, he didn't skip leg day.
Yeah, he didn't skip no leg day.
No days. No days are skipped.
But I enjoyed Robert Downey Jr. finally getting a Oscar. you know, I enjoyed the banter between Ryan Gosling and why is I can picture her face and I'm blocking
Oh,
her name.
Emily Blunt.
I was about to say John Krasinski's wife. You know,
She's
but
more
yeah,
than that.
that was cute.
No,
You know, that
it
was
was really
nice.
cute.
Fun. But I enjoyed it, and then it was, you know, over at like 10:35. I mean, you know, usually it's like 11:05, 11:10. You know, it's still going on, and they
Yeah.
started an hour early, and you know, and it got done at a reasonable time.
Now, my favorite part were one of my favorite parts was the Arnold Danny DeVito banter, and then pulling Michael Keaton into it, and him just being completely stone faced and going in the audience.
That was cute. Yeah, I was I have a aunt who lives out in Oregon, but she lived in California and she was quite immersed in the acting world, and she was like, "Oh yeah," she was like, "I'm watching that." And she goes, "I've got some movies to go to." I think what was it? Poor Things looked like it would be an interesting, if not kind of wild ride.
I looked it up on Wikipedia, and it's very it's out
Trippy.
there. It's
It's
really
trippy.
out there, yeah. And to have like, I had to tell my mom, I'm like, Mom, Mark Ruffalo played the Hulk because she's a big fan of She-Hulk, and she goes, "Oh, really? And he's nominated for an Oscar?" Like, completely did not know. So I'm gonna have to check it out at some point, Mike. Yeah. David says Arnold should have commented how he didn't look like Batman. Yeah, he should have. That was a missed opportunity. Um, Sherry says she liked the former winners introducing the nominees of the major acting categories. I thought that was fun too.
I thought that was good. I think it was a nice change up. You know, it was interesting. I found it interesting the difference between the ladies introducing the ladies and the men introducing the men, which is pretty typical. I mean, the ladies were you know, stressing their relationship, you know, and oh my good friend, you know, definitely being there to support each other, and the guys are like, you know, typical locker room. Hey man, and that was so funny. Ha, 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 ha. You know, just
I have to say though, like Nicolas Cage's speech, I was like, "Oh God, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do?" And then he said that, and he goes, "I totally would have done that. Like hell yes, I would have done that." So that was pretty fun. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It showed definitely the different dynamic between the genders, and
yeah,
um,
the lady
yes,
actors and how they support each other versus the men actors and how they just give each other a hard time.
absolutely. Spencer says Slash and Wolfie. So um, they had Ryan Gosling's "I'm Just Ken" was everything. Like phenomenal from start to finish, between getting the cast to sing along and Emma Stone to sing along, to Slash and Wolfgang Van Halen showing up on guitar. Just absolutely stunning from start to finish, hamming it up. So yeah, Simu Liu, I knew I saw him. It was so good.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't realize that Wolfgang was there until I saw a post from his mom saying, "Oh yeah, did you see my son?" And I was like, "Oh, you know, he was actually there."
so that was cool. Yeah, he's playing with Slash, like freaking amazing. And yeah, Sherry says Godzilla winning an Oscar for special effects. That was amazing. And so many people were going crazy. And they had the best looking shoes in the night, like Godzilla claw on the heel. So that was pretty amazing.
It
Uh
was,
oh, go
I
ahead.
enjoyed the whole night. I just you know, though I will have to say the best picture presentation was a little bit off. It was like, you know, we're getting a little bit old. Somebody, I think it was how was it? I was listening to Dan Patrick this morning. They were talking about, you know, after a certain hour, you know, these guys that are a little bit older need to be, you know, home in bed instead of delivering the best picture presentation. You know, it was kind of funny, and he goes, "My eyes tell me that it's Oppenheimer," and I was like, "Yeah." After what was it? The whole what was it? 2 years ago when
Yeah,
they read the wrong card, they handed him the wrong card.
the wrong people went on stage to accept the Best Picture, and Moonlighting won it. So it was
It's
pretty
like,
crazy.
ooh,
Yeah,
yeah,
La La Land.
La La Land, and it was just like, ooh.
So I knew someone who used to be an assistant for I'm blanking on his name. Oh my God, Pacino. Like,
Mhm.
and one of the films, and they said that the man is exactly how he is in the movies regarding phone conversations. Like, if you watch Al Pacino in any movie, he does not say goodbye when he hangs up the phone. He just says okay, or he just hangs up the phone. And that's actually how he is in real life. So this was like, I know everyone was sitting there like clutching their pearls, being appalled about it, but it's very on character and on brand for Al Pacino. So I was just like, okay, well, he just wanted. Everybody knew what the Best Picture nominees were. They had been recapping him all night. He just wanted to get to the good part and be done with it. So
There we go.
I just thought it was like, "Ooh, okay, there he goes." And to be
Just a
fair, the
little
man
bit.
is like what, 81 years old, 80 years old, like.
Yeah, and showing a little bit of his age now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pacino gets to
yeah,
do whatever the hell he wants. What are they gonna do to him?
yeah.
Right.
At this point in time, he's not really looking to act that much anymore. So that
Yeah.
it's not like he's going to get blacklisted or anything.
And he was phenomenal in Hunters. If you guys have Prime, please check out Hunters. It's got an amazing cast. It's about a bunch of Nazi hunters and finding out that Hitler is still alive.
Oh
And
wow!
it's really, really good. It's got Josh Radnor in it. Al Pacino's in it. Logan Lerman. Um, phenomenal cast. Definitely worth checking out. They have 2 seasons. It's on Prime. So
Wow.
yeah. Another thing that I was really like, amused about was I'm trying to think which one it was. Sorry, I'm blanking. Yeah, the banter between, well, like just having Robert Downey Jr.'s acceptance speech, and he's like, my veterinarian, I mean my wife, Susan Downey, who found
Well, they
this,
have so many animals.
yeah, but found this starving feral person and gave him a home, and it was really sweet. So, and she's definitely turned his life around, and the man is a phenomenal actor. He helped make the MCU what it was, and honestly, congratulations to him for finally getting that Oscar. And
I did love that line.
yeah,
Thank you to my troubled childhood.
yeah, thank you, my troubled childhood, and the Academy in that order.
Yeah, I was. In fact, I remember when he was untouchable. I remember like right around Less Than Zero. When he was such an addict, and I remember the all the coverage he was getting for getting arrested and going to jail and so forth. So it was a lot of people, the younger generation only remember him as the MCU guy or Sherlock Holmes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There are some times back there where it was a little bit scary to be Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. Another like pre-MCU movie that was directed by Shane Black, who did Iron Man 3, is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's got Val Kilmer in it. It's a really fun movie, and it's funny, but it's kind of like a crime caper, and it's worth checking out. So it's pre-MCU Robert Downey Jr., but on the rise to a comeback. So
I've heard a lot about that one, but I've never watched it. But I guess I need to sit down someday and take it in.
Yeah, definitely check it out. I think it's on Prime as well. Yeah, Jeff's seen it. He said it's great. Dave says, you get a redemption. You get a redemption.
You get a redemption, and you get a redemption. Our
he is
DJ
Tony Stark.
Yeah, he definitely got his redemption.
I wasn't just stunt casting. Like he really, yeah. And Less Than Zero is definitely almost autobiographical.
Did you see Oppenheimer?
I did not. I wanted to, just didn't find the time. But I did manage to go see Dune last week.
I went and saw Oppenheimer. My aunt and I were having this discussion about this, and she goes, "What about?" I said, "It's a dark story about the creation of the atomic bomb, but there's a lot of people out there that have no idea, that just, they stopped talking about World War II in history class, I guess, or, that just don't know anything about who Robert
Yeah.
Oppenheimer was.
I had to explain that
what
to
he
my
went through.
mother, my 75-year-old mother. I had to explain it to her what it was about. And why that name didn't click in her head is like,
You would think that it would, because
yeah,
she lived in that period where,
she was in that time period. Yeah.
yeah.
But it's, well, she was born post World War II, but at the same time, that's something she would have been taught in school. But hey, Lonnie,
Hey, Lonnie.
I told her it's about J. Robert Oppenheimer, the man who helped create the atomic bomb, and there's Einstein, and there's all these historical figures in it, and what they went to test it. And she goes, "Oh, they have Oscars for that movie?" I'm like, "It's what happened, Mom. This is life."
Intense movies tend to get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Trippy movies, intense movies, they tend to be the winners for that. But this weekend, going to Richmond to GalaxyCon.
Yeah.
There's a huge a group of Star Wars actors going to be there. I'm trying to remember. I think it's Katie Sackhoff, Ian. I think McDermott is going to be there. Ashley, Matt, and James Arnold Taylor are going to be there. It's going to be a good weekend to be a Star Wars fan and be in Richmond.
Absolutely. I wish I could go. It sounds amazing. And we're going to have a meetup there. So make sure you get to the 501st booth on March 16th at 5 p.m. at GalaxyCon Richmond. If you want to hang out with the VCN crew, they will be there. I will be there in spirit.
And, I think Kathy Chase is going to be there. I'm going to be there.
Cool.
Dave might be there.
Paul.
Yeah.
He'll be there. So make sure you go say hi to him. I think this is probably
Shatner will be there. Brent Spiner will be there, so we can hawk the trek.
Hawk the trek.
Notman must not be here. We're not seeing.
MacGyver is gonna be there. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's looking a little old in the pictures that they're promoting him with.
Oh.
I
mean, he can't be 30 forever,
Yeah. Dave wants to get a Swiss Army knife, signed by Richard Dean Anderson.
That would be rad. It'd have to be a pretty big one, but yes. Otherwise it'll be really.
The older you get, the more room it takes to write your name.
Just write it on each blade. Each word of your name on each blade. There you go.
So, but it's go ahead.
No, that's a really good Star Wars presence, and I think this is the first con in America, correct me if I'm wrong, that Paul Sun-Hyung Lee is going to be at. Like, he tends to do like the Canadian cons because he's a Canadian local, and it's easier for him. But I'm excited for anyone who gets to meet him. I think he might have done one in Washington, to be honest with you. But yeah,
I have a when I went to Celebration in London, I got a picture with Dee Bradley, Ashley, Matt, and James, and I got Dee, Ashley, and Matt to sign that photo, but James got sick and went home early, and I never got. So I'm going to take that photo and I'm going to be like, James, you got to help me out.
Don't get sick again, man. No.
No, man. No.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see it when it's finished.
And I got some cool artwork that I want to try and get some autographs on. So I'm gonna have a good time. I'm really excited. Take a day off, get out of town. For me, it's about the only way to get any time off is actually not be home. Somebody else will take care of my horses. Somebody take care of the dogs. I get to sleep in a little bit. Woo!
I couldn't ask for better.
And I've got a German Shepherd that if I don't get up at a certain time, she has been known to jump up on the bed and put her paws on my chest and push down on it. Hey. I'm like
resuscitate really? You, wake you up.
This is time to get up.
My mom's dog, the Golden Doodle, does that, and she's insane. So she will stand over you and hit you with her paw and just glare at you until you get up and feed her.
It's time to. It's 8:02 or 7:02, and you were supposed to feed me at 7 o'clock. It is forever ago.
It's daylight savings. It's not really 7:02.
Yeah, it's like that's the nice thing about springtime is that clock moves forward, and so that whereas the other way they're like, you were supposed to be up an hour ago, now it's like, oh, you're getting up a little bit early.
It's like, well, it's still dark out, so. Is there anything else that you're planning on meeting? Anyone else you're planning on meeting at GalaxyCon?
Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I had I've got a group shot from Mandalorian that I booked. And Simon, what's his last name?
Cassianides?
Yeah, you say that for me about 3 times because I will butcher it every time.
Cassianides.
Cassianides.
Yes.
Sounds like something that should be in the movie Dune.
It's like Cassian Andor, but it's Cassianides.
There we go.
So you got
And but he bailed on me.
rude.
So whatever I paid for that, I got a little bit back for his portion of the photo.
Oh,
But
cool.
yeah, I think Giancarlo is going to be there too. It's a huge. I mean, there's like 7 or 8 Star Wars cast members that are going to be there. And there's some like Dave was pointing out, there's some cool people outside of Star Wars that are going to be there. I think they did a really good job lining up these celebrities for Richmond.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
I'm thrilled. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to getting a little time off. It's it's my since last May. It's really my first get out of town.
Live your life.
Yeah.
Leave the work behind. Go be a nerd for a weekend. It's fine.
The next phase of getting life back to normal.
Yeah, absolutely. I was looking at like my memories. Oh, Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Um,
And he just became a citizen.
Yeah. Wow, that was surprising to me. I figured he would have done it sooner, but hey.
Or at this point in time, why do it? It's like, what's the significance at this point in your life? But if you just wanted to vote,
Oh, Dave says Carl was going to be there. Aww.
And I have a photograph that I got at Rhode Island Comic-Con, and I had something else to do, so I didn't go get that autograph. And not going to happen now. In fact, it was a dual photograph with Ming-Na Wen and Carl. It came out really good. So I figured I'm not going to get Ming to sign it since I couldn't get Carl to sign it. We'll just leave it naked.
Yeah, just celebrate them both.
Yes.
Sherry says she's still trying to decide whether to go to Indy in 2 weeks. Was excited for Hayden Rosario, but they're charging $50 to $100 to be at the panel for it. So what is this, like exclusive, like a VIP for Rosario and Hayden thing that they're doing? Because I've done Indy a few times because it was like 5 hours from my apartment, and my roommate was from Indianapolis, so we've done it a lot. And I'm telling you, it's just getting weirder and weirder with the little things that they're doing for it. So
yeah, they're trying to like get as much money as they can for these actors to get them there, but it doesn't. When you've been doing this for a long time, and all of a sudden, where was it? I think was it Rhode Island or somewhere? Somebody was doing it. You could get in, or no, I know what it was. I think it was Raleigh, GalaxyCon in Raleigh. You could get into the panel for free, but the first seats were given to people who were paying for them. And I was like, and I had a VIP pass, and I was like, hold on, you mean I got to buy a VIP pass and I got to pay to be up at the front? Something about that just doesn't strike me right.
That's insane. Lonnie says for Mark Hamill's panel at GalaxyCon, it was an extra $30 to $99 for a reserved seat. You didn't have to pay, but then you also weren't guaranteed a seat. So they probably don't clear out the room ahead of time. So they make people sit in panels all day just to hear him speak, which, if you have nothing else to do or nothing else going on during the day, hey, knock yourself out. But if you have autographs and photo ops, it kind of limits your time a little bit.
Yeah.
Dave says Indy looks cool, but the premium seating costing that much for panels is stupid. The guarantees, you got to meet the actors' guarantees to ensure that they'll have people.
I did see the presence of a Spencer out there, and maybe since Spencer's here, we should mention that, Jeff, we're down to our last. You want to roll roll the great bean footage.
Roll
20 seats left, full trip seats, tickets available. You
90%
need to get on the bus
sold
now.
out.
Well, technically, you need to get on the bus in August, but yes, you need to
Get on the bus and wait till August for us.
Yes. Get on now. Get on now. Now, the Virtual Cantina Network Family Vacation 2, which the Family Vacation 1 was a blast. I was there. It was a good time. Ashley, were you there?
I was not. I think that was
Disney World.
Yeah, that was
in
21.
21. Yeah, 21.
Yeah, I wasn't able to do that due to my con schedule, but yeah.
Yeah, Celebration was supposed to be in 20, and that got canceled for COVID. And so, yeah, it was like we were all sitting around twiddling our thumbs, going, what can we do? And somebody goes, let's go. Florida was open at the time. Let's go to Disney World.
Yeah, I believe it. I ended up doing Disney World like a couple months later. Like I was down there for MegaCon. And so it was like, okay, it was kind of late to the party.
It might have been at Disneyland for the first one. Had this side of the country or this state specifically opened as readily as Florida did. That had a lot to do with it. So, it was like at one point it was going to be here, but then it was we can't go, on X date. Exactly.
Yeah, there's no laws in Florida.
Yeah.
It is a lawless town.
I know California is the West, but I think sometimes Florida is the Wild Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they play by different set of rules. Didn't really mind it so much in 21 because I was bored out of my mind. But yes, actually, I really wasn't bored. To be honest with you, the pandemic hit and we were working 6 and 7 days a week. Jeez. I was glad to get out of town.
You're like, I'm out. I need a break.
Like, oh, you mean there's an excuse to get out of town and meet a bunch of people I never met before? I told my wife it was like that. It was one of my first experiences. It was my first experience with everybody. I'd kind of been on the Facebook page, and I think I'd been to one of the Tuesday Zoom chats. And I told my wife, I said, you want to go on this thing? I said, it looks like a cool vacation. I said, look, we'll go and we'll meet these people. And if they're cool, we'll hang out with them. And if not, we'll go do our own thing.
Yeah, you're in Disney World. Either way, you win. So
it's a win-win. We're going to go have a good time.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I really, really wanted to go. It was just like between like catching up with work and con travel finally opening up again, it was just like chaos. I think we did 22 conventions that year.
Oh wow!
It was insane.
I remember it was the third day we were at Galaxy's Edge, and I had gotten put into the callback line for Savvy's, and we're sitting around, and I was like getting nervous because we were doing our photo op, our lightsaber meetup, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go in and get a legacy blade because I'm not gonna build a Savvy's blade. And I went in and I bought a Mace Windu a legacy blade, and I came out, and we were walking down. First of all, I had a Mace Windu blade, and it was in the package that they sell you at on Doc Ondos, is that what they had to call it? And so I had it there, and all of a sudden I turn, and my wife has got a Mace Windu blade, and I was like, my blade is in here, isn't it? And I was like, how did you get a blade? And I think it was Mark Truex had brought in like 12 blades and then handed her one, and I was like, no fair. And it's funny because if you look at those pictures from Family Vacation, right in the center of the Millennium Falcon picture is Bridget with a pink blade, and she had a pink sweater on, and so it was shining all pink. And I was like, hold on, I'm the big Star Wars fan, and she's like dead center of this picture. So,
nobody loves Star Wars like someone who was made to get into it because of a relationship. But like, honestly, I feel like if it's good enough to attach someone who was just like a casual fan beforehand, that's kudos to her. I absolutely applaud her.
Jeff was there, yeah. She definitely upstaged me.
We got an episode to watch.
Oh, yeah. Are we going to watch an episode tonight?
Yes.
I thought we'd just talk for another 30 minutes. We're having a big old time.
Yeah.
And just as a side note, I forgot to put the timestamp hole in the graphics, so there will be no timestamp. There will be a countdown.
Yeah.
There'll be a countdown. It'll be 22 minutes approximately. We know.
All right,
guys.
So make sure you get your Disney Plus queued up as soon as possible. We are going to watch season 2, episode 19, The Forgotten Droid. Now, I seriously love this episode because not only do we have Chopper being Chopper and stealing a leg, so he matches, but we have the introduction to AP5.
Otherwise, I thought this episode should have been called The Stolen Leg.
It should have been. But yeah, having AP5 join the crew, that was probably one of my favorite things because he's so Alan Rickman-esque, like Stephen Stanton in the voice.
No, his character, so I love him in the episode where Zeb is left in charge, and the Imperial droid comes in.
Oh, Warhead, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, episode. that he was hilarious in that. So
it's completely undermining Zeb at every chance he gets. The digs were there, and so this is this is probably the first droid friend that Chopper has made. So we get to watch the friendship bloom here, kids. So make sure you queue up your Disney Plus right now. We're gonna get the countdown started. It is season 2, episode 19, The Forgotten Droid. And I forgot to turn my volume down.
Oh, speaking of which, okay, we're good.
Okay. And we have Ketso Onyo has joined the crew at this point.
Yes.
Gina Torres is back. I love her. I got to draw her for a sketch cover that was signed by Gina Torres, and it was probably one of my favorite things ever. She looks so fierce.
You gotta love the ghost.
Yep.
And this looks like a combination of the Jetsons and Utapau.
Yeah, it does. Very spiky. It looks like a party, though. Yes, Lonnie says she loves Gina in Firefly and Alias. And also Suits. She's really great in Suits, too.
Oh yeah. But it's a leg. It's a leg.
Look, Ezra. It's a leg. I need it. Hera, look. That leg, though. Yeah.
And the understanding mother. What did I tell you?
I mean, Chopper's a cat. He doesn't take orders.
Yeah, cat. That is so funny. I had never thought of it. He's a cat.
Honestly, they're making fun of him. That's so mean.
Yeah. Ezra's sitting there going, yeah, I got a leg.
Oh, so mean. Yahoo! And he's out.
And this Ugnaught speaks some pretty good English.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Unlike the ones on Cloud City.
He's like, forget the mission. I want a leg. I'm not going to stay with the ship. I'm going shopping.
I like this helmet Sabine has, this color pattern.
Yeah.
Way more than I like the one in Ahsoka. I understand you're trying to show we're getting older, maybe more serious, and that's why it has the darker tones to it. But I like bright and shiny, and this helmet just looks happier.
Yeah, I got that helmet from Denuo Novo, and it's one of my favorites. It's so well done. He's like taunting him with the leg. What the heck?
And then there's C-3PO's head back there.
Yeah, and just like random droid arms. You got Dio, like a piece of Dio over there, like and the chaos going on in the background.
And what is that foldy thing back there? Almost looked like a. It looked like one of those laundry things that you put out to to let something hang. Only
yeah.
it's
I get it. Another red head back there.
Yeah, it actually looked like that Imperial droid. Oh, make you get away. Oops.
Oh, it left you there, buddy.
So typical Chopper.
Mm-hmm. Agent of Chaos.
Yeah, they're never going to get Chopper to run like that in real life.
Jeff says 2-finger droid discount. It's the 2-claw discount.
Yes, Dave, they got to change the helmets so they can sell, another round. Once you get one, got to change out Sabine's helmet so they can sell another one.
My favorite one is actually season 3. That's my favorite armor. He's like, uh-oh.
Ooh. Which way do I go?
You know those bucket heads, Chop. You killed enough of them.
The biggest killer of stormtroopers in Star Wars, not Luke, not Han, but Chopper.
There he is. Yes, Lonnie. It's her favorite helmet too.
It's always a heavy-set Imperial officer that is, being presumptuous and making mistakes.
Yep, we saw that in the Bad Batch too.
Yes.
Until he got attacked by the entire creature stall's inhabitants. And eaten by a Rathtar. Oh.
Round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows.
See, Chopper could have easily killed him. Just saying.
I love that. Do you see the reflection in his faceplate in his eyes?
Oh yeah, it's so cool.
The attention to detail in the animation in this show has always impressed me.
Oh. Uh-huh.
AP5. Of course, he's a inventory droid.
He doesn't look like he's been kept in shape either. Like he's a little bit like he's not as shiny. His glasses are like his lenses are all fogged up and scraped and.
Well, here's a little problem. He's got a restraining bolt. How does he get away with what he does later with the restraining bolt?
I think Chopper finds a way to get it off of him.
It's a lot of work to do all those reflections and dots of carbon on him.
Just hits him and takes the leg back. He's like, whatever, I'll figure it out. I'm getting out of here with my leg.
Ah, nothing like a little shock therapy. Yeah, only military models are. You're not quite what you seem to be.
He's intrigued.
So he's definitely old enough.
Yeah.
Your Y-wing was shot down. How did you avoid the scrap heap?
Oh.
Mama.
She saved me. She rebuilt me.
Bound by protocol. It's funny, even with the volume down, I can hear the, kind of tone in his voice as you're reading along with it. One day I'd like to be able to be good enough with, area mesh that I could actually read those things really fast.
I know some letters, it's just putting it together. See, Chopper got it off. It's good.
Yeah. Now you can do whatever you want to.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Lure the crew and jettison into space. Yeah, just kill them all.
That's Chopper's way of handling things.
Who removed your restraining bolt? Don't you dare put one back on him.
Get him, Chopper. Agent of Chaos.
You just thought you were.
Oh, Homeboy's in trouble. He took the leg.
You stole my leg. It's all over now. Shot. Thank you very much.
Oh.
The semi-protocol droid going, I can't believe you did this, but here, let me help you. I love his character. It's just everything you want him to be.
Chopper knows how to give the chop. That is so true. Take off and nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Absolutely. Woohoo. He's like, it's a terrible plan.
Lock him in.
No, don't go in, AP.
The Keystone Cops.
Yeah. It's got rockets, bro. Oh no. The one time they actually hit something. Yes. That's why I love this show so much. It's a series of terrible plans that somehow they make work.
Somehow it all pulls together.
It's just like real life.
Yeah, Dave O'Neill, he nailed it. Terrible plans that somehow make it work. I was listening to Wraith Squad today and they're the same way. It's like putting together some terrible ideas and making them work.
Trying to call my mom, have her pick us up.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Commercial break. And here we go.
Constantine.
Yeah, he's the bumbling idiot strikes again.
Bleh.
It always bothered me how slow the guns on the Ghost fired.
Agreed.
It's like
Katsu to the rescue.
all right, because you're helping, I'll allow you to be the captain.
Guard my leg. He just drops it on the floor. He's like, there, leg.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to go for the leg. I'm going to go for the chair.
He's like, whatever, I'll just pilot the ship from over here, kid. It's fine.
Why would I go to the Royal Fleet? Oh, because I'm your friend.
Aww. And the thing is, like on a regular basis, I wouldn't entirely believe Chopper. I'd be like, no, don't listen to him. But there's something chaotic about AP5 that I think Chopper likes. And the fact that he lied for him, like I think that earned him some bonus.
Yeah, you definitely found a connection. You're one of my peeps.
You didn't rat me out. Bros now.
How many times has Hera said, we're coming in hot?
Wow. Oh, that poor ship. Don't do that with your Rebels. With your Rebels toys, kids. Don't do that with your Ghost when you get it. Speaking of which, I have to buy an acrylic case for that somewhat soon, so when it does arrive, I'm ready.
Where, have you got a pre-order on that?
Oh yeah, I backed the Ghost, and I made sure to get a couple of Sabine and Choppers, so I'm not missing out.
Dave saying this is so against Asimov's rules. I think that Chopper violates all of Asimov's rules.
Yeah, Chopper is the rule.
And Sherry, she's got creative landings.
Yeah, that's a very nice way of putting it.
She has wild and out of control landings all the time. Flying the B-Wing.
Why are you shocked, Hera?
Yeah.
Your baby's a madman. That's what happens.
Crazy.
It's got crazy plans. Oh, this guy.
Yeah, you just gotta love to hate that guy.
cameo. Uncle Harry landings. Oof. David.
Bam, bam, bam. Psychotic Chopper to the rescue.
Bro, you totally messed with the wrong droid. And I love how like AP5 just leaves him to handle the guy.
And I love this. You're his friend. Chopper doesn't have friends. Oh, the story of being saved from the Y-wing, to let him know that I truly am his friend. He wouldn't told just anybody that story.
Oh.
No, not AP5.
Get him, Chopper.
Yep. Oh, now you're done.
Oh, you're dead, buddy. You're so dead. You are out the airlock dead. It's like the other end of the planet.
There's one thing about Rebels that I always enjoyed is that they were always able to jump out much quicker than they were in the rest of the Star Wars world.
And advanced hyperdrives for that reason. Aww.
I won't forget you as the smoke's coming up. My friend.
Chopper doesn't have any friends.
Yeah, well,
Like, damn, Hera.
yeah. I didn't pay attention to that the first or one or two times I watched that, but the whole, yes, just like you rescued him from the Y-wing, I'm going to rescue now. It's like, oh yeah, he really does know it.
Yeah, Mike, she's honest.
Yeah.
He has accomplices. True story, Dave.
I knew you had a malfunctioning logic circuit.
And they're just gonna bicker the whole
And just look at them, they're all like, oh, this is not a good idea. Something is, there's a definite message that this is not a good idea. We're going to regret this later.
Oh, it is so good. It's so good. This is one of my favorite fun episodes in Star Wars Rebels.
It reminds me of that line when they send Wedge off with AP5 and Chopper. And
Yeah.
Zeb and Ezra are laughing at him. Why? I don't get it. And then like 15 minutes later, now I understand.
Absolutely. Such a good episode.
Yeah, an enjoyable episode. A little insight into who Chopper really is. Letting the guard down a little bit with AP5. It was a good story.
So he committed theft. He robbed a vendor. He hijacked an Imperial freighter. He lost all their cargo. He beat up the stormtroopers, electrocuted and beat up the guard or the general twice, not once but twice. That man should have been dead the amount of times he hit him with that leg.
Murder droid for the win.
Absolutely. Full on murder droid in this episode. But he made a friend in the process.
Yes. He really does have a heart.
He does.
Somewhat.
And hey, he helped him keep a leg, so it's fine.
It was a good show.
Dave says, ask me about the red arm. I was waiting for him to come back and have like a different
color arm. It would have been
different
perfect.
colored leg or whatever, but it would have been funny.
But
Well, it could mean F the world or for the win. So, yeah.
For the win was what I saw.
Yeah.
Mike, my eyes said Oppenheimer.
Oh my god.
Little Oscar humor for those who watched last night.
Oh, Pacino. Yeah. Right. So, that was The Forgotten Droid. Where would you rank it on your list of Rebels episodes? I'm just curious.
It's it definitely has some. I mean, when you think about ones that I can remember, it definitely has the humor, cute story one. It wasn't like an integral part of hey, we're recapturing Lothal, or the passing of a great Jedi. But it does have some very memorable pieces to it, and a lot of humor, and bringing it in. Introducing a new character in AP5 that was definitely utilized with great amount of care throughout the rest of the show. I mean, he definitely had his moments.
Oh yeah.
So
it was just the beginning.
yeah, I definitely enjoyed this one. It's definitely easy to remember and think about.
And you think of all the droids that Chopper has either destroyed or pushed out of a ship in case of that poor Imperial droid that helped the rebels and got kicked out of the ship into a field of Lothcats.
That was cute.
This one, AP5 got lucky.
Yes. He's like, he likes me. He likes me. He's Mikey.
He's my friend. He kept my leg and helped me get back to my mom. It's cool.
Well, and they AP5 did some critical things to win him over. It wasn't just, oh, I'll pick him. It was, oh, I think I like him.
Definitely. So what do we got coming up on the VCN this week? We got the Zoom meetup tomorrow. It's Tuesday, so it's our usual happy hour.
I will be there.
Yeah, make sure you join Skip and the rest of the crew in Zoom. The link will be posted in the group. It's fun. You can talk about everything, including certain Sarlacc pit popcorn buckets.
Oh,
Hi, Peter.
And the problem with the Zoom is that people like Mike can bring their buckets and show everybody instead of talk about them with the chat fingers. You get to see it right up close and personal.
It's a show and tell, kids. And Wednesday we have the North Carter Council, so join them this week on their show. They'll usually have a pretty solid bit of topics.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're doing the black hole. So I think it's like a review or about the black hole. They were supposed to do it last week, but AJ was sick, so they're doing it for real this time.
Nice. That's a good movie. I haven't watched that since I was a kid, so I might have to tune in and join them. Sherry says, please, we're done talking about the popcorn bucket. Oh no, that thing's a turtle. That's like pop culture history, Sherry. Come on. Sarlacc pit. And Thursday night we have the watch along.
There we go.
Yeah. What's on the list this week, Jeff?
We're caught up with
it'll be the new episode.
Yeah. So it's 2 episodes again this week, but they're going to actually air 2 episodes on Wednesday.
Are we getting 2 episodes on Wednesday?
Yeah, 6 and 7 drop on Wednesday. So we'll
and those will be the ones we're watching.
Yeah, and then also the after show guys will be doing their.
I will be in my P1 status. I'll be out typing comments to the guys.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Jedi Archives crew is running the after show on Friday, so make sure you guys, if you're up late, check it out. If not, check it out when you wake up.
The next day, as Mike will tell you, you can go onto the VCN and pull it up and watch it all like it's brand new.
Yeah, so make sure you check that out. And Mark is currently sunning himself in beautiful Puerto Vallarta. He looks like he's having a fantastic time there. So I appreciate you joining me for Mark this week, Skip. It was a lot of fun to have you, as always.
Thank you.
And we got to watch a fun episode, so that was pretty rad too.
It was a good time. I love doing this. Mark can go on vacation a few more times.
I'm sure he won't argue with you there. He's like, yep,
And
sign
then,
me up.
and then we don't know when, but I think it's been officially announced.
Yes,
So
it
can I
has.
say it? Yeah, so when we finish up with Rebels Revisited, we'll be doing Clone Wars Revisited. And then it looks like I'll be in a more permanent hangout mode.
He's our third man in, so
The third wheel.
yeah. Never for a third wheel. Third man in.
Well, when you're the third wheel for Chopper, it's a good thing.
That is true.
The solstice of Skip.
The solstice of Skip. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Make sure you're following us on the socials and subscribing and liking our videos on YouTube. That really helps get the algorithm right. So even though if you're watching us here in the group, trust me, YouTube.
Like us.
Yeah, like us on all the socials. Make sure you check out our TeePublic store. We have so many phenomenal t-shirts for you guys. Make sure you get your less than 20 tickets remaining for the Virtual Cantina Family Vacation Part 2. You get to Cali this summer. So much fun stuff is in the works, you guys. And if you're like me, you get to sass Nelson Lee back for being mean to Chopper, because that's what I would do if I were there. So make sure you guys sign up if you want to go. Don't miss it. It's 90% sold out. So
excellent.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you again, Skip. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you later.
Thank you. And may the force be with you. Rated R. Super weird. Yeah.